For students whose dreams of college hang on whether or not they can scrape together the money, federal aid is a key part of that dream. This year, frustration as improvements to the application caused a slew of technical glitches and processing delays. The complexity was born from an attempt to make it easier to fill out the free application for federal student aid, known as FAFSA. Legislation in 2020, the bipartisan FAFSA Simplification Act, mandated that the Department of Education revamp the program by the start of 2024. Revamp it they did, right into the ditch. By mid-February, colleges and universities were forced to push back their enrollment deadline because students couldn't square their finances in time to know if they could say yes to an acceptance. Liam Knox joins me now. He's an admissions and enrollment reporter for Inside Higher Ed and has been following the story of FAFSA's issues since the beginning. Thank you so much for being with us. You and your colleagues have spoken to dozens of students who had issues with the new FAFSA rollout this year. What were some of the things that they told you about how they were affected by its issues?
Well, they had a wide variety of stories, and they're as different as they are damning about the process this year. We spoke with students who are first-generation students, who are low-income students, middle-class students whose families went through the same anxieties. One in particular stands out. We spoke to a family in New Mexico, a father and a son. The son is a first-generation college student, both of whose older siblings have already gone off to college without a hitch, applied for the FAFSA, got federal aid that they were entitled to, and didn't run into any major problems. Of course, this year they ran into some very difficult technical problems with the new FAFSA. They were basically completely unable to fill out the form. When we spoke to them a few weeks ago, this was long after the traditional May 1st commitment deadline for most colleges. The son, Emiliano, still hadn't been able to complete his FAFSA form. This is a student who wants to go to go to college, who's done everything he can to prepare and try to get the help that he needs, that he's entitled to federally. And he's got a supportive family behind him, counselors behind him. But because of so many delays, issues with the new form, missteps, calculation errors that pretty much plagued the entire rollout of this form over the past 6 months, he may have to defer that dream. He may have to abandon it entirely, and he's not the only one by any stretch.
I talked to a first-generation young man whose parents couldn't help him at all, and he was trying to navigate this just by himself. Incredibly stressful. Why did these issues happen in the first place?
Well, you got to go back, I think, as your graphic illustrated, a couple of years to the congressional mandate of the FAFSA simplification process. The idea itself was a good one. The old form had a lot of problems. It was archaic in many ways. It was complicated. That in and of itself was a barrier to access for many students. And so there was a congressional mandate, a law passed to simplify the FAFSA. What ended up happening is the Department of Education, for various reasons, and there are too many to really go into in a lot of detail right now, but basically had to delay the launch of the FAFSA by many months at first. They have to do with, a lack of funding from Congress. They have to do with issues with contractors. They have to do with,
And briefly, Liam, before I lose you, Education Secretary Cardona says the issues are fixed. Is that accurate, or are we going to see this happen again next year?
Well, as one financial aid professional told me, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, shame on you. I think a lot of people are skeptical of that. The department has done a lot to improve things. FAFSA processing turnaround time is much better. A lot of the big calculation and inflation mistakes have been resolved, but plenty of students are still having problems with the form, particularly students from mixed status families whose parents don't have Social Security numbers, are still unable to fill out the form. And there's a lot of catch-up being played right now, and I think that's going to make it hard to meet that October deadline, but we'll see.
Liam Knox, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.